special guest today. I'm Gwen Forsey, the Socialite. I help women in relationship businesses craft their personal brand, identify their ideal client, and then attract them and do it in all the right ways with all the social media things. And I have a super awesome, fun guest today, my friend Gwen Swain. Gwen, tell them about yourself.
Hi guys, I am Gwen Swain. I'm your financial fitness advisor. I'm a loan originator at Waterstone Mortgage here in Boise. And I'm crashing Gwen's office.
Yes, like it was funny because we decided we were going to film together because Gwen's got a big mission that we want to tell you guys all about. And we have some super awesome things to tell you about at the end. So they got to stay till the end, right?
Yes.
You got to watch us
Please
all the way
do.
through. So when I said, well, where should we film? And she's like, well, I want to come to your office because you've never had anyone in your office with you.
I'm
filming.
live on the set.
She's on the set in my studio at the Socialite headquarters right here in Boise, Idaho. So I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, before we tell you guys the whole purpose, we want to fill you in on our backstory a little bit. We just met like almost literally a year ago. I think
our anniversary.
I think so. Our friendversary came up. What do you remember about that day?
I had just become a loan originator, so I've been in lending for a couple years, but I had just jumped off to do my own thing, and I was invited by a realtor to go to a YPN mixer, which is always nerve-wracking because you walk in and it's like high school. You're like, I don't know anybody here. Where do I sit? Where do I, like, yeah, those networking events are nerve-wracking.
They can be scary.
So,
especially when you're new in town.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I need to go meet a realtor. Right?
Yes.
Like, that was the point.
Yes, that was your goal, a realtor. I just need to meet one.
And instead, I met you.
Yes, and you met the other Gwen.
And I met the other Gwen.
So this is what I remember about it. I don't know if Gwen Main is watching, but she came over and she said to me, you've got to see this. And I'm like, what? She's like, follow me. And so I followed her over to the bar and she's like, this is another Gwen. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, growing up, I didn't know any Gwens.
Very
Did
few.
you know
One.
any Gwens?
Gwen Mack. Shout out to Gwen.
Gwen
She's
Mack.
watching. Yeah.
I knew no Gwens.
Yeah.
And so now I have two good friends in the industry, Gwen Swain and Gwen Main. They even rhyme.
We do.
And so we're the Gwenning trio. G3, that's right, Stephanie, G3. So we met that day. You were still pretty new.
Oh, very new.
Had you just gone out on your own? Were you on a team before or something?
I was a loan partner, so almost like a transaction coordinator. I was doing the behind the scenes, like the paperwork side of things, and I got pregnant, and I'm like, I don't want the 9 to 5 anymore, so I jumped off, and it was scary. I didn't know a lot of people in this town, so I was like, well, I better get to some networking events.
And there you were. I'm so glad you were.
Yeah. So that's
okay, so you started in mortgage a while ago, but just as your own about a year ago.
Yeah.
And how long had it been that you lived in Boise since?
So I moved here September 2016. So I had been here like a year, and then I got the job at Waterstone Mortgage, and then about like 8 months later I decided.
So you didn't really have much of a network because you were working on a team
and I was a
before.
stay-at-home mom before that. So
so that's the other point. She also said she got pregnant, but she has a toddler.
Yes, a 3-year-old.
And you have a new baby.
And I was 6 months old.
Yeah.
Boys.
And why did you move I love asking this question. Why did you guys move to Boise?
To buy a home. Hands down.
Did you know someone here?
No.
Or what was the lead in?
I'm from California. All Californians move to Boise.
She's one of them.
As we know. So we couldn't buy a house there. We had good jobs and we could get a good sized loan, but without anything to sell, there's nothing to buy. Like the entry point is so high there that everybody's kind of flooding here. And so we had heard about it. We came and visited and met with a realtor and put in an offer. And we're like, we hope we make friends. We hope we like it.
I hope we like it. You had not visited before that?
We had done 2 days as tourists and 2 days as shoppers.
Wow, all on the same trip?
No, like maybe 4
Two
months.
separate trips. Okay. And you had heard of people moving here, but did you actually know anyone that had moved here? You just had heard. That's funny. I moved here in 2000. It was kind of the same thing, but that was before everyone was moving here.
Yeah.
And it was, okay, let's move out of the rain and the traffic of Seattle. And we kind of went, oh, how about Boise? All right, let's do it. And we came here.
Set the trend.
I know. That was way before the trend started. We came here the week between Christmas and New Year's. And even back then in 2000, I had done all my research online. I'm like a total researcher. I'm like the best client ever. I'm like, yeah, I want to see these 5 houses. I'll probably buy one of them. And
you buy it yourself. You shop yourself.
That's exactly what happened. I just need you to let me in the door and show me around. So that's what happened, and it fell so perfectly into place, maybe like you, that it was just meant to be.
Oh yeah, like we started looking at homes, like what we could buy for the money, and we're like, oh, this is where we have to live. Yeah.
You can't afford not to.
We'll find friends.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Can't afford not to. I see someone else saying, Callie here too.
Yeah, Callie in the house, right? This is what we do. We moved to Boise.
Hey, Deanna. Oh, I love you guys are all watching with us. Okay, so that was like your start in mortgage. But so much has happened for you since then. I don't know if you guys know this, and she probably wouldn't tell you if I didn't bring it up, but Gwen was nominated or awarded the top 3 favorite mortgage lenders in the Valley in the
Treasure Valley.
That's the Treasure Valley in like a year's time. That was actually less than a year's time.
Yeah.
Tell us, what do you have? Because we have a lot of probably lenders, realtors that would like to build their business like that and have that kind of knowingness about them and that kind of influence. What would you attribute? Are there like 3 takeaways you could share with them that got you there?
Yeah. So early on my mortgage kind of career, I met you at that social, and you were like, I'm doing this boot camp.
Oh, that's right. You were my first boot camp.
And
shout out if you guys have been in one of my boot camps.
Yeah, it was a game changer. Total game changer. So really without any direction, I mean, I knew how to do home loans, but I didn't know how to get business really in this capacity.
Yeah.
And so I learned a lot in your boot camp. I watched it religiously. I tuned in every day at 11 or
you
what
did,
it was.
You did.
And at the time, Facebook had just started changing its algorithm.
Yes.
Like that had just happened where Facebook Live came about. And I learned how to go Facebook Live on your boot camp, and I was terrified. And you're like, just do it. Don't talk about mortgages. Just go on every day and start building your presence online. And without really knowing anybody here, that kind of put me on the map a little bit. So I didn't campaign for best lender. I think that it just was awareness. It was just, I think that was really what I attribute being able to call a realtor and ask them for coffee and they know who I am. Right. Maybe because they've seen me on Facebook, we have mutual friends or whatever it is. So, yeah.
Are you guys hearing that? It all really works if you just do it. Because I remember you were very consistent.
Yeah.
You got to the point where you were going out, which you do now a lot. I know you go out to open houses.
Yeah.
And you kind of highlight the property and you highlight the agent and you bring that to your audience, which is an amazing value.
Thank you.
I think sometimes, it's hard to, how can I bring more value? I want business, and people don't realize it's getting to know the people on a real relationship level, because you have to really set yourself apart.
Right, there's a lot of lenders in this town.
There's a lot of lenders in this town. And so if you can set yourself apart, which this is something I'm like preaching to the choir right now, bringing value to your audience and your sphere, I mean, that's what sets you apart.
Well, I love it. I mean, I genuinely love the topic to a fault. Like, I talk about it too much, but you guys are on my Facebook, you know this. Like, you're like, oh, Gwen's touting why you should buy a home in Boise again. But I truly believe it. I mean, I think that it is the best financial decision we make.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun, too. What a great industry, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm so lucky to work with some awesome agents and title and,
So your tagline is financial fitness advisor. Where did that come from?
So, and some of you guys are tuning in, I was in fitness in San Diego. That was my industry. And actually, I still was in fitness for a little bit here at F45 and Eagle. So coaching, coaching, training, educating has always been my thing. That it's not about, I can't make you do it. Right? Like I can't tell you to pay off your credit cards or tell you to whatever it is, but I can give you the information that you need to be able to make the best decisions for your own best interest, right? And that's been kind of the theme of my career for a long time is like, okay, like it's fitness. Okay, I'm not going to wake you up at 6 a.m. I'm not going to go to your house and wake you up and tell you to go do this plan or eat this food, but I can tell you what the tools are. I can give you the tools. And that's really very similar to what it is I'm doing on mortgages because it's about, I've got this information and I know the different programs and I can tell you what's going to save you the most in your monthly payment. So let me educate you on how to get there.
Yeah. I kind of feel like that's what I do too. I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink. And you drank.
I was terrified. I mean, that first Facebook Live, like hitting the button is like, and my agents know this because a lot of times it's their first Facebook Live when I put them on camera.
You guys, it's scary. If you've done your first Facebook Live, give us a little shout out if you've done it. Or maybe you're ready to do your first and Gwen is inspiring you to do your first because look what a difference it made.
Do it, guys. I mean, Facebook pushes it.
Yes.
I mean, how many people are tuning in right now? Thank you guys. By the way,
thanks for being here with us.
So yeah, that's, I think that's a big piece of it, is just getting your message out in front of as many people as you can.
And I tell people, just let the first one be terrible. The first live, right?
Right.
Just say, okay, this is going to be terrible. I'm going to just accept that. And
everybody's going to be watching me.
Everyone's going to be watching me, because there is a curiosity factor when you do your first one. And then you just have somewhere to build, because if you don't do your first one, you don't have anything to get better on. Right?
No, and honestly, the learning curve is very fast on that.
It is. It's so fast. And one of the reasons I love live so much is you don't have to know how to edit video, add voiceover, because I've done those kind of videos, and they're a lot of work.
Yeah. And
I find when you're pre-recording, you're so much more critical. Like here, we're on live. We just have to go for it, right? I've stumbled over a few words. I just keep going, because that's what we have to do. Right. But you just spend so much more time on an edited video that it honestly probably never gets done.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I love live videos. Everyone can do it. So you got voted as Treasure Valley's favorite, and you've got sort of this following. People know you. I still remember that day you messaged me. Do you remember when you first started going live? What did you message me?
That a realtor asked me to coffee.
Right?
Which is weird.
That's not the
in
norm.
Our industry. No, we're always like,
you're always
the realtors
courting them.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool, you guys. And that was I probably could go back and find that message. I remember that day. So now we've been led just a year later, and Gwen has some really big news about how she's using her sphere and platform for something really good. So why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so about a month ago, I got a message from Heather Quizzle, you probably know, and she says, there's been some buzz about you at this charity that I work on the board of. Will you go meet Lauren Olson for coffee? And I'm like, I'll meet anybody for coffee. Like, maybe she needs a home loan, right?
Gwen's like, yes, I will be there.
That's kind of our whole jam, is just having conversations.
Yes, getting to know people.
So, and that's how a lot of you guys are in these relationship businesses.
Guys, I'll know that.
So I said, sure, I'll go meet her for coffee. I almost canceled. Because work was really busy that day, and I'm like,
which we can all relate to that.
This was like kind of a cold lead, right?
Yeah.
So I went and I met with her, and she told me about this project, and basically it's called Woman of the Year.
Had you heard of it before?
Vaguely. Like one of the first events I went to when I first got to town was Caitlin Tukey Palmer was putting on a Second Chance Prom in honor of Molly McCracken, who's Jeff Wills' wife.
Okay.
Stay with me. Her son battling leukemia. And I went to that event, and I didn't really know that it was to help Caitlin win Woman of the Year. I just knew that it was a fundraiser for leukemia.
And you're like, I'm here, I'm in, I'm supporting.
Yeah, and it was wonderful.
Okay.
So that was probably 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then fast forward, I'm sitting across the table from this gal, and she works for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and she says, there's a nomination committee, and your name was thrown around, and we've decided that we want you to be in the running for Woman of the Year.
Which, you guys, if you haven't heard this is a big deal.
Whew.
They only nominate busy people with influence, people that have connections, people that work they work their butts off to get where they are. So I just need to preface this because I know she won't tell you all that.
Yeah, so it's a lot. And I honestly, I learned about it. She told me a little bit about what it is. I'll talk to you guys in a minute about what it is. And I said to her, I was like, I'm really busy.
Okay, she's a mom.
Yeah.
She's a wife.
I have a full-time job.
She has a full-time job. She has a 3-year-old. And how old is the new baby?
6 months.
And the new baby is 6 months old.
Yeah.
So you're like, where would I find the time? I can't even imagine, honestly.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people say no. I mean, that's the truth of the matter is a lot of people say thank you, it's an honor, but no.
Okay, I can see that too. But you didn't say no.
I didn't say no. And she said, Gwen, to your point, she's like, we don't nominate people that aren't busy. We need spokespeople for this cause. Can
I just use a bad word right now? You guys, they nominate people because they get shit done. Busy people get shit done, and you get stuff done. That's why they came after you.
Yeah.
They knew you'd be great for it.
Yeah. So the Woman of the Year is a nationwide campaign. Mm-hmm. It's benefit the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, which their whole mission is battling blood cancer. And it's a 10-week philanthropic challenge where essentially they pit influencers in a community against each other to try to raise as much money as they can in 10 weeks.
10 weeks, you guys.
And it's nationwide. And this is their big money maker. Last year, this campaign raised $45 million
Whoa.
in 10 weeks.
So tell us what that does.
Yeah.
Like, what does that money do for someone?
Yes.
And why you said yes.
So there is no prevention for this disease.
Okay.
You can't prevent leukemia.
So you can only make them as comfortable
The
as
only thing you can do is
possible
treat
or
it.
prolong? Okay.
And children are extremely treatable.
Okay.
But the research that it takes to identify the treatments that will keep you from dying from this disease takes a lot of money. So last year, the 19 of the 21 treatments that are on the market that the FDA approved today were funded by Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
Wow.
So if you get diagnosed or your kid gets diagnosed with blood cancer, the reason you're going to survive is because there are treatments, because it's a treatable thing, but it's expensive to do. And 1 in 10 children will still die. So they have work ahead of them.
Yeah.
So Lauren Olson, so shout out to you if you're watching.
Hey, Lauren, are you watching?
And my team's on board. My
Hey,
team is watching.
you guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
I see we have a lot of people between Gwen's page and my page watching. We appreciate you guys.
So Lauren sat me down and she told me a story about her friend from college. And it's unusual to get diagnosed as an adult, right? This is usually an affliction of children.
Okay.
He was, really successful guy. He was on this really great career track, and he got really, really sick.
Oh.
And they tried all the treatments. With leukemia, they start with the least aggressive treatment first. So let's just see if chemo knocks out. Let's just see if radiation, whatever it is, right? And then if those things aren't working, it gets more and more and more intense and aggressive.
Gotcha.
And the last ditch effort. So if you're destined to die, they're going to try a bone marrow transplant.
Okay.
And part of the money that has been raised in the many, many years that this society has been around is that they've created like a perfect match donor system where you can donate blood and they'll put you in a database where they find who in America is your perfect match. And there's just like the one person whose bone marrow might help you.
So it's not necessarily like a family member.
No.
Oh,
it's like a database. Yeah.
Okay.
So he found his perfect match and they did a bone marrow transplant. And the bill is $1 million.
Whoa.
And that's devastating.
So $1 million to
Save
have
his life.
potential to live.
Yeah, and this is after however many medical bills from the treatment.
Yeah, this isn't the first bill.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's difficult because if it's your child, right, who gets diagnosed with leukemia, you'll spend every cent that you have. You'll sell your house, you'll sell your car, you'll live in your car, you'll do whatever it takes to save your kid's life. As an adult, when it's yourself, that's a difficult decision to make. And it shouldn't be. And it shouldn't be. So where most of the money goes that this foundation raises is in the research for identifying the treatments so that people don't have to die from this. And then also they pay people's hospital bills.
Oh, wow.
So you don't have, so they're saying we have this amazing treatment that's taken a ton of money and a ton of research and doctors' efforts to create. We know that we can cure this if we do this bone marrow transplant. You're going to have a really good shot. You shouldn't have to make the decision of financially if it's worth doing. Nobody should have to make that decision about like what's the cost of your life. Like, am I gonna put my family potentially in debt by saving my own life by taking on this $1 million treatment? Like, let's just take that off of their plate. Like, they've got enough that they're dealing with. So it's a worthy cause. I think that it is an important cause. I think that them asking me to be involved is basically they want to use my sphere. They want to borrow my network, and they're welcome to have it. It's like if we can take what we've built and what you've helped me build over the last year and align it and lend it to something that's gonna save people's lives,
that's pretty powerful.
Let's do it.
That's really powerful. And I mean, I have to say, we haven't been in a market this great for a long time.
Correct.
We know a lot of people that are thriving right now and doing really well. So every donation, every little bit, but we have some really fun things that Gwen has planned that you can come and participate and still contribute. Yeah. And have fun at the same time. So you kind of couldn't say no. Even with everything on your plate.
I didn't want to say no.
You didn't want to say no. You wanted to say yes.
I want to say yes. And I think that we're going to do our best. The way to win, from my understanding, is to assemble a team because I only know so many people. So and some of my team are watching.
Shout out to the team.
Thank you guys. We're called Blood, Sweat, and cheers.
You guys post down below if you're on the team.
If you're my team, give me a thumbs up. And so we're basically tackling this mission to create these events, to spread the word, to get donations, to try to do as much as we can by May 11th.
By which, that's not very far.
No, it's very soon. So it's a frenzy. It is a bold frenzy campaign to try to do the most good as we can in a very short amount of time. The woman and man who raise the most will win a title. They're going to be honored at a gala downtown.
Okay. So a fancy schmancy.
Yeah, but ultimately, I don't care about winning.
Yeah, you just want to
I just
want to use your platform. Because what better way, you've built this influence up in this platform, like how could you get more meaning than being able to use it for good? Right?
And I think that's where this
Which is the whole purpose.
It has a lot of meaning to me because I feel like over the last year, and thanks to you guys, right, for tuning in and stuff, I've built a stage, and this charity says, we want your stage. And I'm like, have it. It's yours.
You guys are on the stage with her right now.
Yeah.
Like, she needs your help.
Yeah.
So you have some awesome fun events coming up.
Yes.
I want to hear about a couple of the events that these guys would love.
Yes. So first off, you can just donate. If you want to just give money to
cash
this,
is good.
Yeah, you can just hit donate, and you can donate.
And we'll post a link for donation once you're off. We don't want you guys to leave yet.
Yes.
We'll post that down below.
But so my team has created some really cool things and really fun, inspiring. We're gonna have a good time. Doing this charity event.
Which I love, party with a purpose and having a good time and raising money. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we're gonna do, without going into too much detail, we're gonna do a clothes swap. That's a women's only one where you bring all of your clothes that you don't want anymore, and then we swap them. And there's tickets to that. We're going to do a fitness challenge where it's at F45 at the old gym that I used to teach at.
Very cool.
Doing like a 2-hour marathon class.
Ooh.
Yep, for charity. We're going to do a Battle of the Reds, which is like a date night out where you get wine tasting benefit.
Battle of the Reds.
Yeah. Right.
Perfect name.
And then the last one is going to be a kids-friendly event, which is going to be like a breakfast for dinner where you buy a ticket, and then we're going to do a bunch of upsell to try to get as much excitement and money raised for this charity as we can.
So, like, literally something for everyone.
Yep. So there's a women only, there's a fitness one, there's a date night, and there's a kids one.
I love it. So we will post the links. She has links to all of her events. You guys buy tickets, bring your friends, bring your family.
Yeah.
And so at the end, the gala happens. Is that on May 11th?
May 11th.
I'm
Downtown.
going to be in Mexico. I can't even come.
You can donate. You
Dang it.
Buy someone else a ticket.
Yes, for sure. So May 11th, you don't even know where you are in the standings,
who
right?
Right.
It's a secret.
This whole thing is done blindly.
Woo!
Because they don't want somebody like hitting $500,000 and everybody else kind of pumping the brakes.
But like,
right.
wah,
I'm not gonna win, so why should I keep working
so
towards
it's
it?
a surprise. It's a secret, which I love the suspense.
Yes.
Because at the gala, there's fundraising happening.
There's
too.
Raise the Paddle, there's live auction. So there's opportunities to continue that ticker tape going. They're going to be tallying it during, and then they're going to announce who won.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys, wouldn't it be fun to be there and celebrate? This is a chance, I think, not just for you, but your industry.
Well, my agents are going to go. I'm going to buy some tickets.
Just doing so much good, you guys. Like, let's just elevate it. So there's the gala, and I have something you don't know about this. So you guys, you know about my challenge I have coming up.
Yes.
So Gwen has told you how she built her business. I have a personal branding challenge coming. It starts Monday. It's already on Monday.
Oh.
Gwen has a special link to the challenge, and I've decided I'm going to donate 10% of every registration that comes through Gwen's link to your fundraiser.
Yes, so I'm going to splash that about.
Yes,
I so appreciate that.
You guys use Gwen's link to sign up. You'll get amazing information that she's gotten used in her business, but also be able to help raise money. So there's that. And I mean, that's kind of what we wanted to share with you guys. I have a couple more questions for her. So I have a question. What is your favorite, this is a topic I love, as you can see from the bookshelf.
Oh my goodness.
What is your favorite personal development book?
I'm going to see if you have it.
Are you? Because if I don't, I need it. And
I don't think you do.
I'm organized by color, so you should be able to find it.
I Love Thrive by Ariana Huffington.
I haven't read that one. Okay,
so she's a working mom. I think that we need more help than we let on about how to balance it.
You know what? That's like kind of my audience I've determined is the women in the real estate industry, because I don't feel like we have a lot. There's lots of men out there doing coaching, and you know they work differently than we do.
Right, and well, in real estate and lending I think a lot of times your audience is the women, because the women are the decision makers in that.
Yeah, if she doesn't like the kitchen, the house isn't getting bought.
Or the payment.
Right.
Yeah.
We all know that, right? The true decision maker
is the woman.
Yes. Okay. So Thrive by Ariana
Huffington.
Huffington. That's her book recommendation. I think that ended up on my book list.
It should be.
I think
so.
I think so. If you guys haven't got the book list, I can get it to you.
Yeah.
Any advice, like sort of a tidbit? And I have one more question. You guys are going to want to stay for the answer after this. Tidbit for lenders and agents wanting to build their business. What's like 2 things they could start doing today?
Facebook Live. I mean, hands down. Facebook pushes the Facebook Live into the people's feeds, so you can spend a lot of time spinning your wheels on your business page. When in reality, what matters is not as much the message, but the people that it gets in front of. So Facebook Live is a big one, and collaboration, and just being bold. Like, I think that if you don't go to the thing that's uncomfortable, you'll miss opportunities.
And that's where you grow.
Right.
Like when you do something that's scary, how proud of yourself are you?
I mean, and your life can change
in
a minute.
Myself.
Yeah,
I know, exactly.
I mean, if I hadn't gone to the YPN mixer,
right,
who knows where I would be?
You know what's so funny? I love looking at those sort of like paths in the road. Say I hadn't gone either.
Right.
We wouldn't be sitting here probably. I think we would have met later on.
Yeah, probably.
But it would have been a different path.
Yeah, and I definitely wouldn't be where I am now on this timetable. I mean, that launched me in a big way.
I didn't pay her to say that, you guys.
No, I mean, it's true. I mean, like, without knowing a lot of people, you use this platform, you get in front of a lot of people.
You do. Yeah. And that's a great thing because you can't be a million places, but you can be in front of 1,000 people with a 5-minute video. Right. All right, final question before we drop the links for you guys. Tell me about the hair.
Well, I got to shout out to my girl. Right.
Yeah.
So Molly McCracken.
Molly McCracken.
So yeah, she's my hairstylist.
Okay.
I met her through Mom's Group, and she's been doing it ever since. She's one of my top referral partners, Jeff Wells. Shout out to Jeff, who is also nominated for Man of the Year. So this is totally random.
Yeah.
They didn't do this on purpose.
Oh.
But we are like we do a lot of business together, and he's also in the running.
That's awesome.
We're not competing against each other. I'd like us both to win.
No, there's enough for everyone.
Yes. So Molly is Jeff's wife.
Oh, Molly's Jeff's wife. Okay, I didn't put the 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so and how long have you had the mohawk?
Since she put the mohawk back on me. I had it a long time ago when I was in fitness, and then I was growing it out, and then I cut it off when I became.
How long was it at its longest?
Ever? High school? Down my back. Oh yeah.
And then how long was it when you got your first mohawk with Molly?
Probably like chin length, shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like my length, and you went mohawk. You guys, Gwen Swain, if you see her around town, say hello.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I'm a friend of Gwen. You're Gwen. I saw you on the video with her. I want to help you raise some money.
Come on out to our events, guys. Let's get out from behind the camera and let's actually see each other, and just like today, in person, and do some good. I am going to really leverage my platform of Facebook over the next 10 weeks. I'm not leaving the industry. I'm still in mortgages, but I'm not going to be talking about it quite as much because I'm really going to be promoting these events.
This is pretty darn important.
Yeah, I'm going to give them my platform.
You know, what is that? There's a saying, and I'm not going to get the saying right. I can't remember who says it, but when you are tapped on the shoulder to do something great, you hope that you're available and you know what to do. You're prepared, and you're prepared. You're doing it. You're making it happen, girl.
Right. And even if I'm not available, I'm gonna make myself available.
She's available. She's prepared. She's doing it, you guys. So we'd love your support. Check the links as soon as we get this posted and updated. We'll post Gwen's link for fundraising, and we'll also post Gwen's link that you guys are going to want to use to get in my branding challenge, so it helps for the donations. All right. So any final words?
No, I appreciate you guys' support. I think that I'm going to be myself giving a piece of my commissions for the next 10 weeks to this cause.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so realtors, my referral partners, each of our closings, $100 is going to go to this cause, which you can have as a ticket to the gala. Because it all goes to the same place. Ooh. So if you want to come to the gala, I want my people there.
Well, heck yeah, you do.
So let's make it. It will be like a realtor prom times 2.
Realtor prom part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2. Okay, you guys, we'd love your support. Gwen would love your support. Can't wait to see you in my challenge. Can't wait to see you at one of Gwen's events. I'm sure you'll be going live from some events.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure. And also the lead up to them. So all the links, all the tickets, everything's on my website.
Okay, you guys, be watching. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys.
Have a great day.
Yeah, see you soon.